Benetton one was when Gerhard Berger won in Mexico before he joined Ferrari. There is the race leader, Nannini. There is Ayrton Senna. There is little doubt that Senna is going to be with Nannini in a few seconds, and there is even less doubt in my mind that he will pass the Italian, who won't make it easy for him, of course, because the highest that Nannini has ever finished in a Grand Prix is third, and he's done that several times. And the chance of finishing first, beating the McLarens, is going to be one which he will fight for. And Senna has got to get past Nannini to keep his World Championship hopes alive. If he goes down to Australia, having won in Japan, and then he won in Australia, he would win the World Championship. It has hardly affected Prost. It hasn't affected Prost's chance. But now Nannini and Senna together on lap 50. There are 3 laps to go at the end of this one, which they're about to finish. 3 laps to go now, and we're about to see Ayrton Senna retake the lead. I think he's got vastly superior power from his V10 Honda engine on its home ground in comparison with the V8 of Nannini's Benetton. Ford.
Well, I was just watching that's the first time we've been able to see the Benetton Ford compared with the Honda in a straight line, and it looked very impressive indeed with the way Nannini was able to accelerate out of the slow corner and still maintain his lead against the McLaren Honda, very much in the way that Prost was doing. It looked similar from that stretch of straight from the chicane before the start-finish line to turn 1. So, as the team have said that Nannini's the new Ford engine they're very pleased with, that certainly seemed to ring true. The new engine looked good then.
Lap 51 out of 53, and yes, I am happy to eat my words at the moment, but if Senna gets much closer, he's going to be through. Nannini is leaving no spaces, no room at all for the McLaren Honda to get past Ayrton Senna in the second position, which is absolutely no use at all to him in terms of the World Championship. Now up to Nannini, he's going to try and go through into the left-hander, and this is lap 51, 2 laps to go at the end of this one, each lap of 3, and through. Now, Nannini smokes up, Ayrton Senna leads at the conclusion of lap 51 in this absolutely riveting Japanese Grand Prix with 2 laps to go, notwithstanding the fact that he's gone into Prost, had a new nose cone.
Well, that certainly was a very brave manoeuvre after what had just happened to him a couple of laps ago, but of course he was able to do the same thing to Nannini as he did to Prost, but then Nannini wants to be second. Prost didn't want to be second, had no reason to be second, and so it was a totally different situation, and this is where Senna, I mean, he may have taken the view that there was no other way he could pass Prost, and therefore that would justify what he did to Prost. And here we see it again. This is the same thing, and of course, as I say, Nannini has every reason to be second, which Prost didn't, so the circumstances are totally different. But you see how little room there is there, and how vulnerable he made himself, Senna. But unless he reasoned, but it may be that he reasoned that that was the only chance that he had against Prost.
That was exactly the same place where Senna passed Nannini that he did not pass Alain Prost. Now, I am in no position to make any sort of a judgment about whether there was any case of right or wrong when Prost and Senna came together, but I have no doubt that there will be some furious discussion going on between Alain Prost and the McLaren management personnel. It may even be that the stewards will be taking a part in the deliberations, but now on lap 52, which is the last but one, Senna undoubtedly leads. Nannini is second. Patrese once again is in third position. Boutsen is fourth. Piquet is fifth and lapped, and in sixth position it's Martin Brundle.
Yes, a very interesting situation for McLaren as Senna heads round the last lap after a fantastic race, but of course it's in the normal way, teams will be protesting each other, but it's rather difficult for a team to protest itself because this is an internal matter for McLaren's, although Ferrari, of course, have a big interest in this because they'd rather like Prost to arrive to join them as world champion and bringing the number one for the car with him. But having said all that, and as we speak, Alain Prost is in race control talking to Jean-Marie Balestre, the president of FISA, so the politics may have started already because I don't think they're going to go away quickly. But suffice it to say, this has been an absolutely enthralling race. We saw a quite outstanding drive from Alain Prost with all the old spark and everything. We've seen Ayrton, the very best fighting speed come out of Ayrton Senna, and at the end of the day, he took the risk maybe with Alain Prost. He's received a push start, and we know that should get disqualification. What should happen and what does happen in Grand Prix racing, recent events have clearly underlined bear no or very little relation to each other. So a marvellous drive by Ayrton Senna, and he comes through to win the race on the road.
And hold on to your hats, Australia, because it could well be that the World Championship is going to be decided at Adelaide in 2 weeks' time. But Ayrton Senna wins in Japan. Is there going to be a steward's inquiry? Alain Prost will have one if he can, but Nannini, just behind Ayrton Senna in a magnificent finish, takes his highest ever place, second. The two Williams cars of Riccardo Patrese and Thierry Boutsen, third and fourth. Nelson Piquet lapped but fifth. And then, unseen by any of us because of the battle for the lead, Martin Brundle in sixth position.
Bien, hemos disfrutado de esta lucha y definición titánica entre dos pilotos realmente de una envergadura monumental que siempre recordamos en nuestro programa, como Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna, entre ambos una disputa que superaba ampliamente lo deportivo, era mucho más que eso. También el sonido cristalino de aquellos motores aspirados y tantos inscriptos que en esta carrera prácticamente no se vieron porque el foco, como les decía, había sido puesto únicamente en estos dos monstruos que tenían una lucha monstruosa entre sí, bien valga la redundancia. Nos vamos a estar despidiendo desde un lugar hoy atípico aquí en el autódromo de la ciudad de Buenos Aires, donde a cada paso uno va encontrando grandes, gratísimos recuerdos en lo que es nuestro coliseo del automovilismo y donde si uno pone atención de alguna forma metafórica tenemos que mencionar que hay hasta fantasmas recorriendo este lugar que tiene tanto romanticismo para aquellos que amamos la Fórmula 1 y el automovilismo en general. Nos reencontramos en apenas 7 días y como siempre, muchísimas gracias por estar. Chao.
Oh,